Hello friends, how are you? I hope in the last class you have understood the method, the procedure of finding the zeros and finding the relation between zeros and the coefficients of the polynomial, quadratic polynomial. To practice that method, today we shall start our exercise 3.1. Exercise 3.1. And the first question in this exercise is find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials and verify the relationship between zeros and the coefficients. I repeat it again. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials and verify the relationship between zeros and the coefficients. And in the first question is and the question is 4x square plus 8. So first of all we shall calculate or we shall find out what are the zeros of this polynomial. As we can see that there are only two terms. First term which is having a variable and power of square, and second which is having variable but its power is 1. But we know that a quadratic equation must have ax square plus bx plus c. That part which is not having any variable in multiplication or division whatsoever, it is just a simple term in numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 anything. Here in this question this c is missing. So it is missing, but what we will assume that c is in this equation c is equal to 0. What we will assume that c is equal to 0 for this given polynomial. First of all, I will find a common between these two terms. Because there is no third term, so I need not to split it. Because there is no third term, so I need not to split the middle term, which was supposed to be a middle term dx, where b is 8, a is 4. We know that multiplication coefficient of x square happens to be 8, and in this case multiplication or coefficient of x square is 4, so a is 4. Coefficient of x happens to be b, so 8. Here coefficient of x is 8, so b is equal to 8. Now I can take 4x common from both, because 4 can divide 4 can divide 8. So 4. X, because this x can divide this x and can divide this x. Why not x square? Because in that case x square power would be bigger than this one, and we take the common to the lowest possible values. So if I take 4x square common, I can write 4x square as 4 into x and x multiplied x square, same term multiplied with same term square, and if I am taking it out as common, then what is remaining? Remaining is x. So here x and here 2. Because if I divide 8x, if I divide, or I can write 8x as 2 into 4 x. 4x came out as common. What remains? 2. Now polynomial 4x square plus 8x has two factors. One is 4x and second is x plus 2. Before I wipe it out, let me explain it again. What I did, because this quadratic equation was having just two terms, I simply took 4x as common because 4x could be taken as common. 4 and 8 are divisible by 4, and x square and x both can be divided by x without going into the denominator. In denominator, if we take it in denominator, yes we can, but otherwise we cannot. So 4x was common. What remained in the bracket? X plus 2. Now I know that both the factors, value of the both factors tends to be 0, which means 4x is equal to 0 and x plus 2 is equal to 0 also. Now, first of all, let us solve it. 4x is equal to 0, but I need x only on the left hand side because from the class 7th we have studied about linear equation and we know that only variable can stay on the left side. So I take this 4 below the 0 like this because 4 is multiplying to the x, and because on the left hand side of the equal sign it is multiplying, so while going on the right side it will start dividing. And since any number if 0 is divided by any number, it could be any bigger number, negative integer, positive integer, answer will become 0 always. If I divide this 0 by anything possible, answer will be 0. So this is x equal to 0. Now, if you can remember, in the last class we have said that first 0, that means this first value of x or first value of variable is alpha. So alpha is 0. Now we shall solve the second factor. Again, because value of every factor is equal to 0, so value of this factor is also 0, or x is equal to minus 2. In order to keep x only here, I need to take plus 2 to the right hand side, and in doing so, sign of the 2 change. It was plus sign, it becomes minus sign. So this is the value of x, second value, and we know that second value of variable is called, or second zero of the variable is called beta. It is beta is equal to minus 2. Now we have alpha, which is 0, and beta, which is minus 2. Next step, I shall compare my question with the ax square, I will write on comparing this. I have to write in my answer sheet. I need to write all of these things because in examination every step counts. Every correct step can get you marks and every wrong step can deduct your marks. So let us start. Now comparing with ax square plus bx plus c. Now, if you remember, I have said that if there is no term, we will say that it is 0. Now, if we start to comparing, then a is equal to 4, b is equal to 8, and c is equal to 3. A is equal to 4, b is equal to 8, and c is equal to 3. Till then, you have understood. I just compared the generalized form of quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c, with our given quadratic equation, and I found that a is equal to 4, b is equal to 8, and c is equal to 0. Now I shall divide 4x square plus 8x plus 0. From what I will divide? We know that we will divide all these three terms by the value of a, and value of a is 4 in this question. So I got x square plus 2x plus 0. Now we know that middle term, this term is equal to alpha plus beta, or better we can say that minus b upon a is equal to alpha plus beta, this term. And always keep in mind that sign there will be minus initially, then if the values of b and a are minus or anything else, then change will come after. Initially this sign will be minus always. Just keep this in your mind. Now alpha is 0 and beta is minus 2. What I did, I placed the value of alpha and beta and I got 0 and minus. First of all, I divided all the three terms of my polynomial. Third term was actually not given, so I say this third term is 0. Then I divided all these three with the coefficient. Coefficient is anything which is being multiplied by something. In our case, everything and anything which is multiplied by x square and x, those are coefficients. So I divided all these three terms by the coefficient of x square, that was 4. So I got x square, 2x and 0. Then I know that my b upon a, this is b we know, b is 8 we know, and a is 4. So b upon a, actually minus b upon a is equal to alpha plus beta we know, and alpha is 0 and beta is minus 2 we have calculated earlier. If we subtract anything from 0, if we add anything to 0, answer remains same. So minus 2 subtracted from 0, answer 2. Now minus is on the left side, minus is on the right side. If such a condition arises that minus sign is on the both, after solving all the question in the end, in the last step, if we are having minus sign on the both sides of the equal, left and right both sides, then we cancel them out. So it becomes b upon a is equal to 2, which we have calculated just it was b upon a is equal to 2. So first is verified. So what will we will say? Minus b upon a is equal to alpha. Now what will I write? After doing this all, I will write minus b upon a is equal to alpha plus beta verified. Because in the examination, examiner of your copy will be expecting each and everything told to him or her as if he is a student or she is a student and you are a teacher, and you are explaining the question to him or her. So write each and everything related to your question. But it doesn't mean that you are writing, okay, you are dividing 8 by 4 on the pair. No, that doesn't mean it. That you know that he himself or herself is considering him that he or she is a student of class 10. So he knows he can divide and multiply. So he expects you that you will not write multiplication and division until and unless these are required by the question. What he expects that you will write each and everything. If you are doing transposition, you will write transposition, then you will transpose. If you are using some formula, you will write the formula. Similarly, if you have verified something, you will write verified. Just build these things in your mind. These are the ways by which you can score as style. See, scoring 100% or above 90% is not a big deal in mathematics. Now, I have to see that C upon A, which is alpha upon beta of product of 0 product. Alpha is 0, and beta is minus. And we know if 0 is multiplied by anything, answer comes 0. We know that if 0 is multiplied with anything, answer comes 0. So answer is 0. Alpha into beta C upon A. Our C upon A was 0 upon 4, which was 0. So again, C upon A is equal to alpha into beta verified. This is how we shall solve these questions. Now the next one. Four x square 4x square minus 4x plus 1. 4x square minus 4x plus 1. Middle term speaking, if I split the middle term, I will get minus 2x and minus 2x plus 1. Why? Because if I am multiplying first term and the last term, 4x square and 1, I am getting 4x square. Sign of first term is positive, sign of second term is plus. First term and third term are having same sign. That means we have to split this middle term in such two pieces that if we add them, we can get this middle term back, and if we multiply them, we can get multiplication of this and this together. So that would be only 2x and 2x, because 2x, 2 into 2, 4, 2 plus 2, 4. I will get 2x as common from these two. X is the lowest power, 1, and 2 is the lowest factor. We can divide both of these. So 2x minus 1. From here, 2x and 1. I can take 1 only, because if there is nothing in common, we can always take 1 as common. But since this is 2x minus 1, it should be 2x minus 1 only. But this is here sign of in front of 1 is plus, and here we need sign of minus. What we will do? We will put the sign of minus in front of this one. Not this one, minus 1 will multiply by minus 2x plus 2x, it will convert it into minus 2x. This minus 1 will multiply by minus 1 and will convert it into plus 1. So we have two factors, 2x plus 1 and 2x plus 1. Now I shall find out alpha and beta. X plus 1 equals to 0, because I know all the factors are equal to 0. 2x equal to minus 1, or x equal to minus 1 upon 2. This one went here and become minus 1. Then I divided this to here, because it was multiplying here. So alpha is, and first 0 is alpha. Alpha is equal to minus 1 by 2. Now I shall solve second one. In second one also 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, because the second term is also 2x plus 1 is 2. So 2x is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to minus 1 by 2. Beta is also minus 1 by 2. Now I shall compare on comparing. Now I shall compare ax square plus bx plus c 4x square minus 4x plus 1. On comparison, I found that a is equal to 4 and b is equal to minus 4. B is equal to minus 4 because this sign is plus, so x needs to be, x is my good boy or my good child, and this is his or her bad company, which is negative. I have told you. So this negative sign is equal to b and c is equal to 1. Now let us start for what I did. I simply split the middle term, solved the question, found the factors. Then now I said start comparing my question. What is minus b? Sorry. First of all, now I will divide each term of given polynomial by a, and a in this case is 4. 4 1 is 4. 4 1 is 4. I got x square minus 1x or x or plus 1 by 4. Now let us see what is the value of alpha plus beta, that is minus b. First of all, minus b upon a is equal to minus 1. Now let us start. Alpha, because this is the sum of zeros. Alpha was minus 1 by 2, beta was minus 1 by 2. Since both of them are having same sign, since 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 both are having same sign, that is minus sign, they will be adding and they will be added by LCM method. So LCM is 2. Now 2 divided by 2, 2 1 is 2. Minus 1 into 1. Here is minus sign, again minus sign. 2 1 is 2. That means 1 into 1. It becomes minus 1 upon 2 or minus 2 upon 2. That is minus, answer is minus 1, and we know when we have divided minus 4x by 4 we got minus 1x. So relationship between minus b upon a is actually equal to alpha plus beta. By this we mean this, and we said verify. Next, now we will see that if c and a, c upon a are equal to alpha or beta or not. C upon a is equal to alpha into beta, that means 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. Both are minus, both are negative, and negative integer multiplied by negative integer always comes in the form of positive integer. But this numerator and this denominator cannot be divided by same number, and this denominator and this numerator cannot be divided by same number. So what we will do? We will multiply numerator by numerator and denominator by denominator. So 1 1 is 1 and 2 to the 4. And since both of these minus 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2 both are negative integers, and we know that when we multiply negative integers, we get positive integers. So c upon a is equal to 1 by 4, which is correct. When we have divided 4x square minus 4x plus 1 by 4, we got c 1 upon 4 in the last term. We got 1 upon 4 in the last term, because we got again. So this is also true. So we will say c upon a is equal to alpha into beta verified. Just like tested, okay. So we have solved 2 questions. In the next class we shall solve some more questions. Till then, try to solve by your own, and if you cannot, you can always ask me. Thank you. Have a nice day. God bless you.